Hundreds of blessings, they coming my way. 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 Like I got a new perspective. I don't mean to be so reckless, but I know my God's protecting. I talk to him before my set list. Got so many things on my mind, there's so much to forget about. Thank God he's the author of time, I don't stress it, to him I dwell. The flesh doesn't want it sometimes, so I just gotta push it down. I've been saved with too many dang time, God surround me like Citadel. Feeling like $1 million, baby, you can't thousand me crazy. I'm a princess daughter of the king. I know when these folks tryna play me, devil almost had me.
Peace, family. How you all doing? I hope all is well with you. My name is Keisha. I'm of Astrologiks, and I am your astrology coach. Today, I'm going to be discussing Mercury entering into Libra, which happened yesterday, the 26th to October 13th. Gemini, Virgo, and Libra will feel this the most. Mercury rules communications, thoughts, travel, education, or more like skills, or small workshops, short workshops, even training with work. This could also be learning, studying, reading. Childhood education. So a lot going on here with children, perhaps, especially with Mars being in Cancer. There could be like that, yeah, people are having a lot of trouble with their kids, or the kids are acting out a little bit more, just having like bad days in school and stuff like that. This could be about a car, getting a car, getting a new car, getting cars detailed, cleans, or just fixed or serviced in some way. Your community, and legal issues, legal matters. This could also be counseling, therapy, even family counseling, or interventions, because Venus is in Scorpio. Or trying some kind of new counseling, like maybe you're at the point of if somebody's already been in counseling and you're like, it's not working, you feel like you need a new counselor or therapist, or it's at the point where you need to put the tools and things in place. And so this could be like going from just the talking phase in the counseling to, okay, well, let's try this. You come back next week and let's talk about how that went. Because Scorpio, from a counseling perspective, is more action oriented. Whereas if you have a fear, phobia of something that you're addressing in your counseling sessions, the way Scorpio does it is very direct and hands-on. I forget the name of it. I know I've said it to you guys before, so the people who've been listening to me, you've remembered me talking about this, but Scorpio is actually doing the thing that you are afraid of to overcome that fear. And so trying that part of it, or just taking it deeper in the counseling sessions. Or you're ending counseling. It could very well be, you're over something, you've learned what you felt you need to learn, and you're ready to soar off and, try life without counseling. But you have your tools, so you're again learning, studying, reading to continuously stay on top of things and whatever your tools are to help you moving forward. This could also be neighbors, um, siblings, aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews. So family is going to be huge here. Socializing is going to be huge here. And even, even especially around women, sisters, mother, daughter, um, perhaps healing issues around those themes or with those particular people in your life, or just friends in general. Um, yeah, uh, yeah, I think that's about it. Libra is a cardinal air sign, so it's about taking action, initiating communication, initiating talking about ideas and different things, or taking a course or a class or a short trip, or buying a car, or dealing with money, money issues, debt, taxes, insurances, even combining them. If you're in a relationship, like a long-term relationship, coming together with finances or how we're going to spend, or even like having some kind of goal around your finances and how you want to move forward with that. Uh, Looking at what you have, what you don't have, what you need more of, and making, changing things around that to get more for a specific thing, particularly a big purchase of some sort, or just to have more time to socialize and date, have date nights, for a babysitter, um, or to have like house parties, or, like little get-togethers or gatherings, or stop it. Again, this could be about something ending, not just something new starting. Everybody's going to be in different places with this, but ultimately, we're looking to incorporate more harmony, balance in relationships with our clients and business partnerships, even fair and just uh, um, contracts and agreements. On the world stage, I do think we'll see laws and regulations being negotiated because Mercury rules Gemini, and Gemini is currently in Jupiter, and Jupiter is about laws, regulations. Um, It could be announcing a new business, or big businesses closing, or a big department store closing, um, or revamping, remodeling. Um, and so there could be a lot of discussions about what laws to keep, debates. This could be debates about what laws to keep, what regulations to keep, what regulations to change and alter, taxes, interest rates being negotiated, finding solutions around specific laws and regulations to come to some kind of solving problem. And there are going to be some things that are not going to be solved. Let's just keep it real. Um, and so we can see a lot of stuff like that. Obviously, on a people level, a lot of people getting out of jail and dealing with reform and recidivation, re-entering back into society, especially with the Pisces eclipse energy, dealing with mental health and having to be supportive and making sure you're getting the person the right resources they need to properly acclimate back into society. and deal with any other issues that might have come up. Um, this could also be mental health in general, things that are being addressed around mental health, both in government law and regulations, how to deal with it, how to address it on an everyday people level. It can be, people deciding whether or not they still need to be on medication or no medication, or how to deal with mental health in the household, Mars and Cancer, right? What steps to take and things of that nature. And addictions, and violence in the home, any kind of domestic disputes. This could be a lot of legal issues around domestic disputes, child support, um, co-parenting, and how to deal with it, coming to some kind of resolution. Um, if somebody's pregnant, is the person staying or leaving? How is that happening? These could be a lot of things like that, or having a child and dealing with the fact that you might have to have an abortion or C-sections, whether you want medication or you having it naturally, you know, dealing with postpartum, any kind of depression in general, baby or no baby, but these could be themes that people are really talking about, discussing, trying to find solutions around, and things of that nature. Um, this can be legal issues around crime, corruption, bank interest rates, and scandals, right? I think we're seeing a lot of that on the world stage for sure. And on an everyday people level, because Juno and Lilith are also in Libra. Now, I did do a video on this a while back. I think it was in August, if you remember. You might want to go check that video out again. But with Venus being in Scorpio, Lilith has the upper hand here. And Venus being in the Libra being in the South Node is scandals, secrets coming up, our darker desires and interests coming up, secrets being exposed to address and deal with, whether it's in government and on an everyday people level. There could be a lot of divorces due to that, or you'll just see a lot of people dealing with cheating and things in the relationship, dealing with another woman, making the decision whether you want to deal with that or not, how you want to deal with it, how are you going to move forward in the relationship. Um, you know, this could be sexually feeling unpleased or not feeling like your desires are being met in a relationship, and talking about how can we do better or switch things up or change things around so that everybody involved is happy. And some people could be lacking sexual desire and pleasure, like not wanting to have sex and being celibate and just tired and over it, especially singles. There could be a lot of single people like, I'm not having sex until I get married. Or your religious beliefs and spiritual beliefs have changed somehow, and these are affecting the decisions you make or the new values you have when it comes to thinking about being in a relationship and how to relate to another person, even the friends that you have, um, and things that you want to do moving forward. And it can bring up a lot of arguments and fights and disagreements, not seeing eye to eye, that could ultimately lead to endings that are fated and necessary for your new evolution. I do think single people have an opportunity here to have deeper conversations straight out the gate, being vulnerable, open, and honest, and kind of expecting that throughout the entirety of a relationship, allowing healthier relationships to be built upon, even though it's scary, and understanding that I am afraid of the feelings that these deep feelings that I have, but I want to be in a solid relationship. And if this is what I have to do, that's what I'm gonna grow through those uncomfortable emotions and feelings. Um, I really think single people have a solid opportunity here to get started off on the right foot, whether you're putting yourself out there and dating, or you are actually dating someone and it's new, to really build something solid, grounded, and long lasting. If you remember, the Libra eclipse video I did is at 10 degrees, which is a Capricorn degree. This is long term, Venus and Scorpio is death do us part, we're in this through tough times and good times, and really coming up with solutions um, to integrate that into your relationships, even if it's not loving relationships. This could be friendships too, or even again, friends that of the opposite sex now turning into something more deeper, and it's moving to the next level. This could be some amazing sex, amazing makeup sex, if people are wanting the past. I really don't see it. I mean, it also depends on how deep uh the problems you have in a relationship too. Not all situations are bad. But I feel like for people who've been in long-term relationships are more likely for some pretty nasty breakups. And because of that Capricorn degree, people are gonna fight to keep the connection. Even people coming back from the past, Venus in the South Node is gonna really fight to be in your life, um, because they've had an awakening, an aha moment. They see you for who you are now. They made a mistake. So this is apology central, makeup sex central, um, and really, looking at the issues, talking about the issues, and coming up with solutions on how to move forward and standing on that. And you do have a really good opportunity for those things to actually work. Whereas people who've been together for a longer time and they've already been dealing with it, they're just tired. They're over it. I'm done. You gotta go. But they can be long, drawn out divorces, long, drawn out, messy ass breakups. And we can see a lot of that going on. Because Juno is the wife. And so, depending on what side you're on, whether you're the other woman or the wife, um, you know, it doesn't really matter. Juno can represent women like, again, I want to be married. So, no sex until marriage. And changing your values to do whatever it takes to get the right one. Someone who is scorpionic, open, vulnerable, um, deep conversations and intimacy and things of that nature. Um, or again, this could be Juno, the wife, done, tired. We've been through this too many times. I've had it and I'm done, you know. Um, and definitely I can see a lot of how Stella got her groove back. People are now free, they're single, they're starting a new life. They probably aren't going to be caring about relationships. They just want to go on a trip, go to a retreat, do some healing, like get some serious help, resting, relaxing, retreating, um, finding peace and harmony, finding your sacred space, Nam Yo Ho Renge Kyo. I can see a lot of these types of things happening, like finding circles or groups of other women, who have been through the same and really just like sharing stories, like knowing you're not alone. Um, and you know, building off of that while healing. I mean, if you're doing it right. This could also just be, divorce parties, which I think is super messy and unhealthy, but that's none of my damn business. Um, you know, Breakup parties and celebrations and things of that nature. Um, oh yeah. And so we might try to be more diplomatic with others, communicate more, and find harmony in relationships. Um, our thoughts and expressions are going to be more Libra-like. So social, fairness, justice, making judgment calls, um, debates for sure, healthy debates, It could be messy. It could be messy, which, at that point, I don't see it being a debate. It's just an argument, and people actually really deciding, I'm not going to have a conversation with that person because I know it's going to turn into an argument. Or I'm not going to address this issue because it just brings me pain and sadness. It's going to be different for everybody. Um, we can be more romantic, more social, more dating, more likely to negotiate than be confrontational, find solutions and seeking advice. Again, getting a counselor, easier to see others' points of view. Understanding. I think it's going to be a huge theme for people coming together and really wanting to do the work and work through things. Um, Listening. Mercury is not just communication, it's being able to listen and really hear what people are saying to come up with solid, um, clear understandings of what people are actually saying and looking for. And then, finding a solution to it and really working through it. Um, Seeking advice, getting counseling. I said that already. Okay, reflecting on the past and how did things go and why, and coming up with healthy ways to do things. So again, for the singles, you have this great opportunity to really go in solitude, reflect. This could be a lot of sadness, thinking about the mistakes you made, people you let go, and it really wasn't that deep. Just having these super, super like aha moments about, damn, I probably would have been in a long-term relationship now if I didn't, or if I wasn't so picky, or if I wasn't so, or if I had more understanding of certain things or life experience, or just took out the time and been more patient. A lot of reminiscing about past stuff and who you were, how far you've come, um, and looking at old pictures and um, reading through old text messages and emails. Um, Maybe even like closure. So people coming in from the past, and maybe you don't reconcile and move forward, but you get closure. Or again, an apology. Um, and some real solid, clear understanding. This could even be things like you've told people things and they didn't believe you at the time, and now all of a sudden something in their life, traumatic or dramatic or eye-opening and enlightening happened, and it had something to do with what you said, and people were like, damn, so and so said that. And when they said it, you might have not, it might have not have registered, but they can see now you were right about something. And whether they act on verbally saying that or not, these things could be happening. Uh, you can be having these enlightening moments. Just understanding, sometimes people can be a little harsh in their um, explanation of things, and maybe at the time it made you feel uncomfortable or whatever, and now you see like, oh, that person wasn't being crazy. There was really no reason to leave. They were just saying, but with passion. Sometimes when people are super passionate about stuff, or they see the potential in you, and you're like, man, you can do this, just da da da, when you're trying to encourage somebody, but they're just not ready. And it ends up turning into something completely out of pocket, misunderstood for whatever reason, and you're just seeing it differently now. And so these things can show up again as an opportunity to clear the air, get clarity, gain some understanding, get some closure, move on, or again, come together and really work through it this time, but seriously, with an open mind and an open heart and compassion. Um, um, this could definitely be beauty and fashion. Again, savings and how to spend money more wisely, or how to spend more money on the things that you really want without feeling bad about it, but coming up for a plan with that, right? Something's going to have to feel secure and stable with Mars and Cancer, or there's some unbalance there, and that's going to be a trigger point. Uh, so you want to be careful for whatever that is, or just know, coming up that full moon in Aries, that's coming in with the power punch, you know. Um, so just, remember whatever decisions you're making at this time, um, come that full moon, October 17th, is going to be like, damn, I shouldn't have did that. Or having to scrape pennies, or um, just realizing maybe you might have acted too fast on something without truly and genuinely thinking it through. Making changes in your resources. Your resources could be growing too, by the way. It's going to be different for everybody. Like you realizing, shit, I really been saving my ass off. I might have some extra additional money again to buy some kind of big purchase, or uh, just celebrate the fact that you've done a good job saving, and celebrating that, however you see fit. Um, yeah. I mean, I could say more about that, but I think people get the picture. Um, I think we'll see big transformation in family. What I really like about Venus being in conflict, and Scorpio, is that they're good at dealing with conflict. These are the people who stay and stick it out no matter what, especially that Capricorn degree too. Um, I really, really feel like when it comes to family, other people are going to be having these same kinds of realizations about uh, drama and trauma in the family, seeing it differently to the extent that allows them to apologize and come back and say, I want to fix this. Um, I'm having a different mindset about, what had transpired between us and how can we make it right. Um, so again, this could be like family counseling, interventions, um, or just a lot of family members coming together to work things um, through old trauma, hurt, trust issues, um, yeah, and building more solid relationships, um, changing our values to meet people halfway. Um, mm, this could even be like new connections coming in and new commitments, new soul contracts and soulmates. Um, yeah. Um, New support systems and supportive people that are fair and understanding and willing to stick it out. Um, this could also be around work, your mission and purpose in life, starting a business. Um, you could be changing the fields of work that you're in, just getting a new job or a new environment. Um, New coworkers, um, eating healthier, having a wellness plan, even in work, in your work environment, even in your home, being more cleanliness, having a study area or an altar, finding new business partnerships, changing your services, changing your doctor's office, uh, changing your home, moving. I feel like a lot of this stuff is really repetitive, right? We've talked about it. Um, yeah. And so, everybody doesn't get their soulmate, everybody doesn't get the person that they want, for one reason or another, on multiple different reasons. But I think what this Libra eclipse in general is enlightening us to is doing the work within the relationships that we have and accepting that. Um, it can be a lot better than going out searching for something that probably doesn't exist because nobody's perfect. Everybody has their dark, deep secrets, and it's all a matter of can you accept that and deal with it? Um, and life happens. You can get married to the perfect person 10, 5, 6 years down the line, they get sick or you find out that they cheat or for whatever reason, and you have to make a decision on whether you're going to deal with it or not anyway. And so I think being a little bit more rational when it comes to loving relationships, all relationships, family stuff, is what we're going to see people opening up to. Um, and understanding that I think the real heroes in this world are the people who stick it out regardless and not thinking that the grass is greener on the other side. And the people who are more easier to get up and go is, is getting a wake up call to understand that maybe you should have a little bit more compassion and sympathy and rationale and making your decisions when it comes to loving relationships. Um, and acquiring more skills around how to deal with that on both ends, you know? Um, I think people having these realizations are actually going to be like, fine, if I have to stay and I'm making the decision to stay again, Scorpio, we're going to do the work together. We are going to be equally doing what we need to do to make this work. And the same for singles. It's like if I'm getting in this relationship and these are the things that I have to accept, I want to do my best to not avoid it if it happens, but again, just gaining the skills on how to deal with stress and trauma that might come up in a relationship for better or for worse. Okay. So, as usual, family, I hope you found this information helpful. I love and appreciate you. Peace.